Moving right along, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has not ruled out raising taxes amid decade of deficits and soaring debts. Let's have a listen to the grab. This is Anthony Albanese saying whether or not he will categorically rule out any new taxes.
Do you undertake not to raise any taxes?
Well, what we've got, Andrew, is our policies out there for all to see.
So you won't raise any taxes?
So that what we've got out there, Andrew, is lower taxes.
See, that answer was so assured, so completely cut and dried, so black and white. He said yes before Andrew Clennell had even finished asking the question. What more of a rule out do you need, people?
Of course, he has to leave open the option of increasing taxes because it's been such a spendathon in the lead up to Saturday that how else do they pay for all of this stuff? They know spend and tax, and I'm not sure they know much else.
No, well, the government only has your money. It doesn't have anybody else's money, and they love driving up that debt, don't they? I mean, we're about to reach record levels of debt here in this country, and we can thank the Albanese government, which
for saving your lives and your standards of living.
Saving our lives. COVID's in the past, buddy. If you're trying to make a COVID reference to
your standards of living, your livelihoods, your ability to put food on the table.
I believe
making it rain.
A little less food these days on the table.
The very opposite is true.
But there would be even less were it not for the government's fiscally reckless largesse.
Well, Anthony Albanese is not ruling out any tax cuts, and it seems increasingly so that Labor aren't ruling out a return of the Indigenous voice to Parliament. Yesterday, Penny Wong left open the possibility that it could be brought back. She speculated that in 10 years' time, we'll all be wondering what the fuss is all about. It's almost inevitable, she implied, that the voice to Parliament would at some stage be resurrected. And today, a second senior government minister hinted that the voice would return. Have a listen to Anika Wells. She's the Minister for Aged Care.
The voice in the form that we took to the referendum is gone. We respect the opinions and the votes of people. They made that very clear, but we're always looking for ways to help First Nations people and for that policy to be tangible and credible.
The voice in the form it was presented at the referendum is gone, but of course that leaves open, Joe, the possibility there could be a voice in another form, i.e. Labor could legislate it. Now, either they are going to do this and they're so confident they're going to win on Saturday, they've decided, you know what, we can start just dropping hints about this so that when we do it, we can't be accused of being secretive about it, or they are every bit as sloppy as you claim the coalition are.
Yeah, I think it's the latter, unfortunately. So there is not, I can guarantee there is no secret plan to bring back the voice. And it is unfortunate that a couple of ministers have not been careful with their language and have been trying to sort of have a bit of a bet each two ways because they don't want to seem like they're heartless on Indigenous affairs and they've just given up on it. So they say, oh, no, we're not doing the voice, but don't worry, we're going to do lots of other really good stuff. And they haven't been clear and sure and firm enough in the way that they have said that. So, you know, I've had conversations with the newsroom about, you know, it's crazy semantic conversations. So, you know, editors saying, you know, well, what does she mean by, you know, in the form that it went to the last election? What is it in the form? And everyone's saying, right, so there will be a voice, but not in the form that it was in.
It was either in the Constitution or it was legislated. The two forms were pretty clear.
Right. But we don't know. We have no idea what she actually means by that. I actually suspect it's just a bit of a word salad. She's saying, well, I know this is a bit of a word salad because there is absolutely no way there's going to be a voice. I have privately been assured, and against at a time when I was saying, well, how about we do this? How about we do that? Privately been assured by the most senior office holders in the country, no, we are not doing that.
Did those same people assure you that we'd get a $275 rebate from our price decrease on our electricity bill?
They did not, and if they had, I would have said, for the love of God, don't put a specific number on it.